Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. I'm going to start with this new World Economic Forum article pointing the finger to the SEC for its failures and announcing a possible Cambrian explosion for responsible, always on internet finance. Just worried about who they think of when they say hand over to steadier hands. Now, if the World Economic Forum is pointing out the SEC's failures, I feel it's just a matter of time before Klaus calls up Biden and says, rein this guy Gensler in already. Millions of consumers and businesses lost money, and perhaps more damaging for the nascent industry and technology, the fundamental trust in the promise of crypto finance, which was supposed to be correction to many of the misdeeds that gave rise to the 2008 financial crisis, is waning. Meanwhile, policymakers who have been sounding an alarm about crypto's excessive risk while failing to create sensible regulations have been vindicated by not one, but multiple large scale failures. And we have seen those failures firsthand because we invest in crypto. Look at FTX, look at Luna. There was others as well. But Gary has turned and gave free passes too many times, in my opinion, and they end up catastrophic in the end. FTX is the greatest example of that. So I still feel that the World Economic Forum has regulations written up. It's just a matter of time until Klaus hands them down to all the governments of the world. Klaus Schwab pulls a lot of strings. He's a Rothschild. Rothschilds created the banking system. Brad, CEO of Ripple, is also a board member of the World Economic Forum, run by Klaus Schwab. Digital Age was planned years ago. World Economic Forum says crypto will go mainstream, but IMF predicts 2023 recession. Now, I feel we're invested in the cryptocurrency that all the elites are looking at, that the Rothschilds are looking at. That's why Brad is a board member there. And I still feel that 2023 is going to be a huge year for crypto. What if I told you that the World Economic Forum merely does the bidding of a different organization? What if I said Schwab is a puppet, not a puppet master? And I feel that he answers to someone as well. But I feel these people have sold their soul a long time ago. They're very angry old people. And look at what they want to do to the planet. They want to depopulate us. They want us to own nothing and still be happy. These people's ideologies are terrible. Their agenda is terrible. Yet, every day on a daily basis, we see them pushing more and more ahead with that agenda. Some people are waking up to it, some people are fighting back against it. It's a big club, so we must expose those who are in it. And we see politicians speaking out against the Great Reset. We see protest overseas in some countries against 15-minute cities because people are waking up to what's really going on. Maybe they're finally turning off the mainstream news and starting to learn what's really happening in the world. It's an upside down world right now. You see criminals commit crimes and get released like it's nothing. You see homeless people lining up our streets and no one's doing anything about it. Instead, we'd rather send U.S. tax money over to the Ukraine. You need to wake up and see what's going on around you. The World Economic Forum warning us of a global cyber attack with COVID-like characteristics. Now, many times we heard that there's going to be a worldwide blackout. I think it's going to be more of an internet outage. And the reason I say that is because of this. Offline transactions for XRP. Forget the FUD. Know what you hold. XPOP, offline proof of payment, validation. Example for vending machines without internet. Still being able to verify XRP ledger transactions, XRP ledger proof of payment. So if XRP is able to still transact offline, they could easily wipe out the internet for a few days while they usher in the new financial system. Payments would still go through even though the system is down, not online, but it would still need electricity. The financial elite and their networks rule the world. They know the financial system is crumbling. That's why the transition to the new financial system and global adoption of blockchain technology and digital currencies are taking place as we speak. The key is to get in early. And you're not too late to get into XRP. Look at the price right now. If it's still sitting under $1, it's still way undervalued and very cheap. Because what comes next is going to be euphoric candles. When that time comes, that's when you will be too late. If the judge was to come up with a ruling in favor of Ripple right now, right away you would see massive green candles for XRP in the market. That's when you will be too late. Banks concerned USDC stablecoin become backdoor CBDC with BlackRock help. So, the Bank Policy Institute, a bank supporting think tank, published a blog post raising concerns that a proportion of the USDC stablecoin reserves could be parked at the Federal Reserve, despite the stablecoin issuer not having a central bank account. If this were allowed in times of uncertainty when there's a flight to quality, this could result in bank runs diverting cash into USDC stablecoin, which might be perceived as being as good as a central bank digital currency. I said it many times. When it comes time to cash out our XRP, we're not going to be cashing out into the US dollar. I feel at that point the US dollar is going to be down in value. It'll be well under $1. So maybe we cash out into USDC. I also like the idea of cashing out into physical gold and silver. But this could lead to a CBDC at some point as well. It was always XRP. Is the SEC going after Ripple because they have a fully working CBDC environment? The SEC versus Ripple lawsuit has sparked an ongoing debate about the various reasons why the SEC might be after Ripple. One possibility might be linked to Ripple's now functional CBDC platform, which gives the Ripple ecosystem a massive hedge over many central banks. Although the SEC didn't mention that Ripple's connection to CBDCs was part of the reason for filing a lawsuit against it, it would come as no surprise if Ripple's CBDC platform is a threat to other central banks. Like I said before, if the central banks view Bitcoin as a threat, they will make it irrelevant. They will regulate it out at some point. The difference between Bitcoin and XRP is this: the elites are already looking at XRP. I believe the case was meant to delay it so the banks could get on board with XRP or maybe come up with an alternative. But there's not going to be an alternative, in my opinion. So, Timothy Massad, former CFTC chairman, on stablecoins. We need regulation for banks to distribute stablecoins and regulate DEXs, but we need legislation to do so because regulators today don't have the power. This case is buying time for this. And that could be as well because banks at some point are also going to offer crypto. You'll be able to buy crypto at the local bank because the banks don't want to get left behind. That I feel that's what this whole SEC case is all about. Banks hodl XRP, and so do we. XRP is designed for settle liquidity needs between banks in real time because XRP is so efficient and it settles transactions in just 3 seconds. That's why a lot of people say you're holding a banker's coin. But that's what you want to invest in. You want to invest in the cryptocurrency that's tied to the elites, tied to the banks, going to be utilized in between two countries as a payment mechanism. That's what we are truly investing in. That's why you need to continue to hold your XRP. Like I said, I feel 2023 is going to be huge for XRP. Lots of big announcements are going to come. The biggest explosion in the history of crypto is on the way. When that happens and XRP finally does get those massive green candles, look out. Anyone who was hating on XRP is absolutely going to love it. Jim Cramer's honestly going to probably be sitting there saying, now's the time to get into XRP when the candles are sky high and we're up over $10, $15. Because he always has people by the tops. But I don't think the top for XRP is going to be $10 to $15. I think it's going to be much higher. There's been a lot of growth around XRP. Country after country getting on board with Ripple. Bank after bank getting on board with Ripple. Lots of growth and lots of on-demand liquidity corridors opening up throughout the world. Financial security is not guaranteed in today's world. With the US dollar in serious jeopardy of losing its position as the world's reserve currency, Americans should begin to focus on safer investment strategies. And like I said before, you don't want to be tying your money up in the bank. I feel banks are probably less safe today than ever before in our history. When I seen that about bail-ins, that was like, okay, I am so happy I don't use the bank anymore because that allows them to easily come in and just steal your money from you. If somebody has a lot of money in the bank and that was to happen, all their wealth is gone in an instant. Then all of a sudden they transition over to the digital system. Those people aren't going to get their money back. That could lead up to the greatest transfer of wealth in our lifetime, like we've always heard as XRP holders. Let me know what you think about that. Put in the comments down below. But we see the world changing very fast, and at least we're invested in the right cryptocurrency, the cryptocurrency that's going to be at the heart of all of it. I always tell you to be patient. And the reason I tell you that is because it's just a matter of time now. This market's not going to stay like this forever. People forget that. When bad things happen inside of crypto, they get anxious or they get impatient and they start to worry. Maybe I should sell and try to buy back in at a lower price. That's very risky as well. That's why patience is the key to success in crypto. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you watching my videos. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.